Hi Leute und willkommen zurück zu Genshin Impact. Mit dem Patch 2.3 sind auch neue Hangout-Quests mitzubekommen. Das heißt, unser Traveler wird heute auf ein Date gehen. Und zwar mit Captain Beidou. Let's go! Und halt, weil es jetzt diese Quest gibt, müsste ich in irgendeinem Video heute schon gesagt haben, haben sie halt extra einen Teleporter auf wie das Schiff gemacht. Damit man jetzt nicht erst wieder zum Geom-Türme muss, rüberfliegen, rüber schwimmen, whatever. Kann man extra, nur wegen der Hangout-Quest haben sie es endlich geschafft, da einen Teleporter hinzumachen.
Well, would you look who's here? Looks like it's going to be a day to remember. Guys, look who the sea washed up.
Oh no. Wissen die, dass wir ein Date haben?
Ahoy there, traveler! So Captain really did invite you to join the homecoming celebration.
Hey, I heard that you took care of another crisis while you were in Inazuma. Are the rumors true?
Flirten die jetzt schon mit mir?
That's what I heard too. Thanks to you, Inazuma's vision hunt decree was finally put to an end. Well done, traveler.
Captain's got quite the eye for people. She said she was sure that your trip to Inazuma would stir up some waves. And sure enough...
Look at you, being so modest. We all know what you did to protect Liyue Harbor.
I've heard that they tell stories about you in Mondstadt, too. The honorary knight. Pretty impressive.
I'd say someone of your caliber would be right at home in the cracks. Right, sailors?
That's right. Wow, I'm getting excited just thinking of being the traveler's crewmate. Hey, what do you say we arm wrestle?
I was worried you'd be too busy to show up.
Oh, Captain on deck!
Captain, we were just trying to talk the traveler into joining the crew.
Yeah, come on, Captain Beidou. Surely you've got a way to get the traveler on board.
Oh, he's on board right now for the celebration, isn't he?
Yeah, but just one celebration together is not enough. You know what we mean, Captain.
Ich glaube, die will mich unter Deck fesseln und Sachen mitnehmen.
All right, I get it now. There is something special about you, traveler. You earned everyone's respect, myself included. So it goes without saying that the Crux would be honored to have a crew member such as yourself.
No doubt about that.
But then again, a hero like yourself doesn't just set off on a journey without some bigger purpose in mind. So should a hero really drop what they're doing just to spend day after day drifting at sea with us? Well, if that were the case, then the Crux, known for always moving forward to the next horizon, would instead be holding someone back.
Right. I guess we didn't think that part through.
Remember, rather than seeking out strong members to join us, you should be focusing on making yourselves the strongest that you can be. If we are powerful, they will come to us. Isn't that why everyone here chose to come aboard in the first place?
Yes? A strong sailor is always looking for a sturdy ship.
I guess I almost forgot the first lesson you ever taught me. Thanks for the reminder, Captain.
Just be sure you all keep that in mind. Now, there's no more need to hound the traveler, as you were. I'm glad you came. Welcome back aboard. Thanks. I'll take that. Some rumors have it that the leader of the Crux is so powerful that she could slay the mighty Leviathan Haishan without breaking a sweat. I can't go getting too caught up in my own reputation, though. That's certainly not how the Crux made it to where we are today. As the head of the fleet, my task is to keep us on the right course, no matter how turbulent the seas may become. But then again, the crew isn't usually this riled up. It's not that they're arrogant, they're just bubbling with ambition, that's all. Their excitement today comes from their great respect for you, both your strength and your character. So please, don't take it the wrong way. All good then. Great. Actually, speaking of Inazuma, I think your good luck must have rubbed off on me on the way over. I made an interesting find on the beach shortly after we parted ways. Let's talk about it over there, where it's a little quieter.
Aha. Okay, lasst mich mal schauen, ob wir ein bisschen romantische Nachtstimmung hier reinbringen können. Oder wollen wir Sonnenuntergang haben? Ich hasse. Und natürlich.
Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in!
Nee, dich will ich nicht hören.
Okay? Can you hear Paimon?
Okay. Können wir die hier alles haben? Hallo?
So after we dropped you off in Rito, we found a shipwreck nearby. Probably belonged to Inazuman pirates. We searched the wreckage and found a map.
Wir gehen auf Karten-Schatzsuch-Date.
At first, I thought it was a nautical chart. I was thinking we might discover a new sailing route if we were lucky. But after a closer look, I realized it wasn't a map of the sea at all. It was a Liyue treasure map, and no ordinary one at that. Nothing like that. I just mean that the map was a mess. So it was the most I could do to figure out that the treasure was probably in Liyue. As for its exact location, I have no idea. I'd say I've explored Liyue pretty extensively, but still, this one managed to beat me. So, I thought of you. Nobody can beat you when it comes to treasure hunting on land, right? Is that right? Well then, it looks like I'm in good hands. Here's the map. See what you can make of it. So, where do you think it is?
Ich denke, das hat ein Kind gemalt. Danke.
Guili Plains. Huh, I never would have gotten that. How can you tell? Oh. Okay then. So you do live up to the hype. I can't believe you noticed that. You sure have an eye for detail. Let's head over there and take a look. I'll need you to help me zero in on the specific location once we're there.
Okay, also wird das immer wieder der Startpunkt hier sein, dass wir dann immer eine neue Location aussuchen. Was soll denn so aussehen? Und irgendwann raten wir dann vielleicht ganz zufällig richtig? Was ist denn hier los?
It should be around here. Hmm? Who are they? Oh, it's a bunch of treasure hoarders. There are quite a few of them. I'm more than a match for these amateurs.
Witness the power of good.
digging, boys. Once we have our hands on the...
You can all hold it.
Huh? Who's that barking orders? Do you know who you're up against here? What the... Captain... Run, boys! Run!
Nobody move.
Captain Beidou, Lord of the Ocean. This is all my fault. I didn't know who I was up against. I don't have a death wish. I got a big mouth is all. Please, have mercy. Will you spare us? Well, spare them, at least. If you need to take anyone, take me. It was me that disrespected you.
Is that right? Fine. Seems like you've got a heart in there somewhere, seeing how you... Get out of here!
Thank you, Captain Beidou.
Wait.
Yes? What else might the...
This treasure's still up for grabs. The Crux fleet honors the rule of first come, first served. You found it first, so... I can't have any rumors going around about Captain Beidou stealing other people's treasure, can I?
Captain Beidou! We wouldn't take the treasure as an apology for my... Please.
Oh? Well, I accept your kind offer, and I'll make you... If you want to mend your ways and put all this behind you, the Crux can probably... It'd be humble work, but at least it'd get you on your feet and making an honest living. A much...
Wow,
Right. Let's see what we've got in here.
Hey, ich wollte kämpfen.
This isn't what we're looking for.
Nee.
Let's look around. Maybe we'll find it.
Also hier war ich schon mal drin. Vor einem Dreivierteljahr.
Those rocks look kind of weird.
Ja, wir wissen, was damit zu tun
Let's see if
ist.
there's anything there. Nothing. Let's keep looking.
Another test subject. Fry.
Ich weiß nicht, mit wem ihr spielen wollt, aber ich glaube nicht mit mir. Ich gehe mal. Hier müsste eigentlich so ein... Sitzt nicht so ein Runenwächter? Oder war das eine andere? Ja doch, den hat man besiegt, ne?
What are those hilly trolls digging for?
Okay, aber ist halt echt nicht stark, ey.
Nope, not here either. Now that we've searched all the places of interest in this area and come up with nothing, you got any ideas? It's
Captain Beidou! Captain Beidou!
Huh? Hey, what brings you back?
Captain Beidou! Actually, we've just been wandering around nearby because we were thinking about what you said and... Well, me and the boys decided we're ready to move away from all of this and get on the straight and narrow.
Oh? Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay then. But I'll warn you right now, you won't have it easy. It might just be menial work in the port, but in the eyes of the general public, you'll be associates of the Crux. So there'll be a grueling test you have to go through.
I understand. Truth be told, Captain, it's only because it's you, the mighty and honorable Captain Beidou. If it had been anyone else, I don't think I'd have listened. And since you made us this kind offer, I'd like to ask, if I might be so bold, is there any hope at all for us to become full members of the Crux in the future?
Well, there's no place in the Crux for delusions of grandeur, that's for... But, then again, everybody has to start somewhere. So, it comes down to you. If you manage to impress me and earn the respect of my crew, then yeah, nothing's impossible.
Thank you, Captain Beidou. Thank you 1,000 times. So I couldn't help but notice you were searching for something else. It still hasn't turned...
Why? Do you have any clues?
We heard about 2 treasures, both in Guili Plains. We were still looking for the first one when you found us. So maybe the other one might be what you're looking for. Not too far from here, but I'm just not sure of the exact location. All the info we got about this treasure came from the black market. The answer's hidden inside a poem which goes like this. Drunkenly I gazed at the ruins long forsaken, and lay beneath red leaves whose branches cast a crooked shade. The dusk sun shone upon the sea as I awakened, but Guyon stood twixt weary eyes and the sight of home they crave. As for the ruins long forsaken part, I do know of some ruins near here. But beyond that line, I'm just not smart enough.
So a treasure clue hidden in a poem, huh? Don't worry, we got this. See my friend here? If they taught treasure hunting as an art form, you'd probably be calling him Grandmaster. Am I right? Okay then. Let's start by heading to the site and surveying the scene.
Okay, come on, boys. You heard the captain.
Verdammt. Ich sehe nichts.
These are the long forsaken ruins from the poem. Apparently they were once full of treasure. But judging by the state of them now, it's probably long gone.
Es kann sein, dass ich hier schon mal war.
It seems that we need to dig deeper into this poem. Drunkenly, I gazed at the ruins long forsaken, and lay beneath red leaves whose branches cast a crooked shade. The dusk sun shone upon the sea as I awakened, but Guyon stood twixt weary eyes and the sight of home they crave.
Also bei Sonnenuntergang, bla bla bla. Also er lag auf irgendeinem Berg, von dem man aus den Sonnenuntergang gesehen hat, unter irgendwelchen, im Schatten unter irgendwelchen roten Bäumen.
Do you have any ideas? Somewhere you can see the ruins from. So somewhere not too far from here? Yeah, and maybe the shadow cast by the tree is supposed to hint at something.
Oh, I got it! This guy fell asleep and woke up.
Dusk and the shadow of a red leaf. Let's take a look around.
Jetzt hab ich das nicht gesagt. Zu kurz. Sieht man so irgendwas?
Found it! At long last, the treasure is finally in our hands. A check from the Northland Bank. You really came through. We found the spot in no time.
Ja, es war die einzige Erhöhung, von der man aus auf die Ruine gerade drauf geguckt hat.
Without your help, I don't think I ever would have gotten my hands on it. Not much, but enough for an average person to survive on for a while. When I found the treasure map, it was tightly sealed inside a small bottle along with a letter. I'll let you read it for yourself.
Wenn du diese Flaschen erhältst, bedeutet das, dass ich vielleicht nicht mit.
Finished?
RIP. Das ist sogar das Richtige. Lol.
Yeah, I can't fault him for what he did, but the way things turned out, all I can say is life is unpredictable. Well, let's fulfill his final wish by taking this check to where it belongs.
Also ne, es war halt hier der einzige Berg, der halt da drauf guckt. Und der hat gesagt, man sieht auch ein Haus. Das Haus ist da hinten.
Take this!
Also es konnte nicht irgendwo unten sein, denn hätte man es ja irgendwie von der Seite nur gesehen oder so. In der Richtung. Ja, können wir auch so hin. Die steht sogar da drinne.
Well, this is it. Oh boys, it's time for your first job. Give this check to the old lady who lives in that wooden hut. Tell her it's a welfare payment from the Liyue Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Yes, boss!
What's up? But you only find sakura blooms in certain places, right? It must have been quite a bit of work. Let's just pick one, huh? One's enough to show that you care. You've already helped me out so much today. Okay, off you go then. Take her the sakura bloom along with the check. And if she asks, tell her, your child in a faraway land sends his best wishes.
Okay, und hier haben wir auch wieder ein Foto für den neuen Bilderrahmen. Also das heißt, wir haben sogar out of nowhere die richtige Antwort gegeben. Ist auch nicht schlecht. Du bleibst hier, dich nehmen wir mit, Krebs. Sammeln natürlich die Belohnung dafür ein. So, die anderen Sachen. Gucken wir mal, wie lange wir brauchen. Würde ich gerne noch mit reinnehmen. Mal gucken, wir haben, ja, das war klar, wir haben gleich das längste Ding haben wir zuerst geschafft. Okay, so. Genau, dann gehen wir jetzt aufs Schiff zurück, sagen ihr die andere Location und von da aus dann zu einer neuen Schatzsuche, die dann nicht so enden wird. Okay, ich brauch mal da lang.
So after we dropped you off in Rito, we searched the wreck. At first, I thought, but after a closer look, I realized it wasn't a map of the sea at all. It was a, as for, I'd say, so I thought of you. Nobody can beat you. Is that right? Here's the map. See what you can make. So, where do you think it is? Qingce Village. I don't see. Oh, I'm definitely a rookie at this. You're coming with me, of course.
What a bountiful home.
Ah, Beidou! Wow, and the traveler! My goodness, what's the occasion? Just here to visit us old folks. Well, it hasn't been all that long since we last had a visit from the Crux. But I'm glad you picked today. You're just the people I need. These two young rascals. They've been arguing with each other. I'm too old to get through to them.
Rest assured, Granny Zhuoshin. Whatever the situation is, the Traveler and I will take care.
Oh, thank goodness. It's Captain Beidou.
Captain, please. Help me get just.
Whoa, hey. What exactly is going on here?
It makes me mad just talking about it. G here, I don't know if he's got a screw loose or what his problem is. But anyway, he took it upon himself to raise, well, practically a whole army of finches, okay? And now guess what? They fly onto my land and completely destroy at least half of my crops. I asked him to pay compensation, but he refused. Now how is that fair?
Captain, I'm innocent. They're not even my finches. I just thought they looked kinda cute, you know, so I fed them a couple of times. They're wild birds, though.
A couple times? Are you kidding me? That's rich. Really rich. There were 2 of them when you first started. 2 finches. Now you have a whole roof full of finch. I swear, every time I come by your place, I think I'm at a bird market. I'm
so... Yeah, I mean, they laid a few eggs, made a few nests, but finches gonna finch.
So that's how it is. What's your take? Yeah, you have a point. Gee, let's say I'm interested in buying these finches off you. Well,
are you serious, Captain? Oh, that would be great. Honestly, with all this trouble they've been causing me lately, they've become a bit of a...
All right, deal. My only condition is, you have to use some of the money to compensate Wenjing for her losses.
Oh, come on. But I never raised them, did I?
Well, you tell me. You took my deal, that means you admitted to being the owner, doesn't it? Otherwise, what gives you the right to sell them to me?
Captain Beidou's right. If you didn't raise them, what makes you think you can go taking her money for them, huh?
Well...
Don't worry. My offer includes plenty left over for you after deducting the compensation. This way, you get something back for looking after them.
Okay, then. Okay.
I hope you two are very grateful indeed to Beidou.
Granny Zhuoshin, as you know, many of the boys from your fine village do sterling work for the Crux. The fleet wouldn't be what it is today without them. So, gee, Wenjing, I guess you're free to go.
Captain Beidou! Captain Beidou, you're here!
Pops Shing! It's been a long time, have you?
Don't get me started. I've been having some real trouble with that neighbor of mine, Jen. We keep having the same... I heard you were in the village, so I rushed over to seek your help.
What's the issue?
Oh, come with me. You'll see.
Kälte regelt alles. Beidou weiß, was läuft. Was war denn das für ein Routenvorschlag? Warum sollte ich von da nach da und dann hierher gehen?
Captain Beidou.
I heard that you and Pops Shing had a little misunderstanding.
Zhen planted a tree on his property a few years back. I had no issue with it at the time. It's just a tree. Every morning when I get up and open the window, I just want to feel the sun on my face. But I'm greeted instead by the... I asked Zhen to cut it down so I could get some sunlight back, but he said no!
Captain Beidou, you gotta believe me. I didn't intend to block the sunlight, but it's not just any old tree, you see. That tree was planted there by my late father. Not long after he planted it, he passed away. And just before he passed, he left me with some parting words. He said our family's fortune was inauspicious and we needed something to suppress the bad luck. That's what he planted the tree for. How can I just chop it down? I'll be honest, I spent a few years studying in Liyue Harbor, so I don't actually share his superstitious beliefs. But still, that doesn't change the fact that this was my father's dying wish.
Okay, I think I'm all clear on the situation. What are you thinking? I was thinking along the same lines as you. Look, Pops, I'm not trying to make excuses for Zhen, but just try putting yourself in his shoes for him. Zhen's desire to protect his tree isn't for money or because he wants to hurt anyone, or for the sake of any superstition. He just wants to honor his father's dying wish. Pops, you have kids too, right?
Yeah.
Pops, if you can agree to it, I'll have a word with Granny Zhuoshin and see about getting you some money from the relief fund as compensation for having your sunlight blocked. As for the tree...
that sounds good. The tree can stay. Some compensation would make...
Thank you, Captain Beidou. And thank you for understanding Pop's Xing. It'll be such a relief not to have to worry about this anymore. On a separate note, I remember the Crux last visited. Is there some special reason why you're back in...
Nothing all that special, just personal reasons.
Huh? Treasure? Wait a second. That reminds me, I saw Chongping and Defu arguing in the fields earlier. I don't know if it's related to the one you're looking for, but anyway...
Really? Okay, well...
Okay. Vielleicht kriegen wir doch noch mal einen Schatz. Also meint der jetzt den Baum hier? Dass der stört? Weil hier Fenster, hier Baum. Oh, das ist da was, der Baum. Ja, könnte der sein, denn von da kommt die Sonne. So, wer spielt mit unserem Schatz? So ja nicht.
I'll keep this close.
Ich habe einen Schatz gefunden. Hä? Okay.
Huh? Beidou, you're just in time. Defu's being completely...
What happened?
I'm not being unreasonable, Captain. I got Chongping to help me plow my land because it's the busy season. And then, what do you know? He plows up a treasure chest. Way I see it, it's my land, so the treasure belongs to me.
You say that, Defu. But what you're forgetting is that I came to help you plow your fields out of the goodness of my heart. And you haven't paid me a single mora. It was also my plowing that turned up this chest. However you cut it, surely I'm entitled to at least some of the treasure.
The domestic drama just keeps coming today. What are your thoughts? Okay, I think I'm up to speed here. If you two really want to take this further, I can get a legal expert from Liyue. As for the costs, I'll cover them. Neither of you seems thrilled about... I'll be straight with you. The reason I came here today was to look for some treasure. So, how about you two stop fighting over it and do me a favor? Of course, I'll be indebted to both of you.
Captain, you're far too kind, really. In debt?
Yep, totally agree. You should have said
What?
something. I would have delivered it to you personally.
It seems like it's been quite a busy day for you. Come on, let's go to the village.
Don't worry about the chest. I'll carry it over.
Es schreit sich, wer die Kiste bekommt. Und Beidou sagt, ey, kann ich die haben? Ja klar, nimm sie dir. What? Einmal so Lack haben, ne? Hey, klar darfst du dir unseren Schatz nehmen, den wir gefunden haben auf unserem Land. Nimm mit.
What a fine day today has been.
She sure has. Without Captain Beidou, that compensation payment... Yeah, and if it weren't for Captain Beidou, I'd still be arguing with...
Here, here. We have plenty to thank Captain Beidou for, I'm sure.
To Captain Beidou.
I couldn't ask for more than the chance to get it. Phew, that really hit the spot. Want to get some air? The view. We can take a look through the contents of that chest while we're at it. Chongping placed it by the water wheel. Are you kidding? Beidou can handle her liquor. Come on, let's go.
Warum hörte sie sich gerade an wie Diona? Also mit diesem Come on, let's go, let's go. Ja, das ist keine Schatztruhe. Ist ein alter Müll drin.
So, I've been thinking. Everyone seems to trust me enough to let me have the final word on their disputes. But don't you think some of my solutions can be a little stupid? You can laugh, I don't mind. Take Chongping and Dufu's wrangling over that chest. I had no clue who it should belong to, so I just came up with this stupid idea of taking... But, I mean, I'm no Ningguang. I can't make a perfect deal, and I'm no Yanfei either. Not all my judgment calls are gonna be... I am Beidou, and my strength is in trading favors. You think I should be more selective? Some people think their favors are so valuable that they need to plan out how and when to use them to max. Others see doing favors as a burden. Not worth, but the way I see it, favors are what keep people connected to one another. Over thousands of years, the people of Liyue have created bonds between each other by doing someone a favor here and asking for a favor there. This means that no individual is truly on their own out there. When someone falls down, there's an invisible net made of human connections, waiting to catch them and get them back on their feet.
Wenn das nur wirklich so wäre.
Over the years, I've come to owe favors to a great many people, and many other people have come to owe me one. These are the countless bonds between us, like so many fish in the sea. And they're the reason that the Crux and I have survived the countless hardships we faced. I believe that if there ever comes a day when the world is overrun by monsters, Liyue's legal system collapses and the land is thrust back into an age of war, it's these bonds that will see us all through the dark days ahead, until we come out on the other side. I'm not saying that. But either way, we have a pretty firm bond between us already, don't you think? Was this wind brewed in a winery? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Something we were oh, yeah, the chest! Oh, I got so immersed in our conversation that I forgot all about the main event. Come on, let's open it up and see what's in... Oh, that's it? A whole lot of nothing? It's not exactly what I was looking for, but you know what? I don't care. Come on, let's get back to the party.
Yay. Okay. Ende Nummer 2 gefunden. Heißt, wir starten hier ganz von vorne. Ja.
Well, would you look who?
Ahoy there, traveler. Hey, that's what I heard.
Captain's got quite the eye for people. She said she was sure that...
Look at you.
I've heard that they...
Hey, what are you...
I was worried you'd be too busy to show up.
Oh.
Captain. Yeah, come on, Captain.
Oh, he's on board right...
Yeah.
All right, so it goes with...
No doubt about...
But then again, so should a hero... Oh, if that were the case, then the...
Right.
Remember, isn't that why every...
Yes?
I guess I almost forgot.
Just be sure. I'm glad you came. Welcome back aboard. Hey, don't mention it. As a host, it would be pretty embarrassing to continue letting my guests be put on the spot. I can't go getting too caught up in my own reputation, though. As the head of the fleet, my task is to keep us on the right course. But then again, the crew isn't usually this riled up. Their excitement today comes from the... Oh, is that so? Well, it just so happens that we're doing some recruitment and training for new crew members while we're back. Since you're interested, why don't you come along and experience this? I'm curious to see if you'll take the sea by storm in the same way you have on land. Good. Come with me.
Okay. Matrosenausbildung. Sie ist unten einfach nur wieder. Let's go.
Chief Mate Juza's breaking in the newcomers, but I think we can spare you the tedium of that. After this, the new crew members will be arranged into 2 teams for more specialized. One team will learn comprehensive survival skills, including maritime emergency rescue, marine meteorology, psychological counseling, and so on. They will serve as the support team for the fleet, ensuring safe navigation. That's why we call them the Shield of the Crux. The vision of the Crux. Oh, we don't have that many visions, kid. As one might expect, we call the other team the Spear of the Crux, because they'll be learning about naval warfare. They're responsible for handling the fleet's cargo deals. So, what do you think? You truly are an adventurer at heart. Let's start with the fundamentals for any armed crew member. Follow me.
Okay, also wird das jetzt nochmal ein Story-Zweig sein, dass man Speer aussucht oder Schild. Warum? Hallo? Ist das Absicht?
These are some older skirmish boats that we keep. Although they've been made redundant by newer models now, they're perfect for when we need to do simulated battles as part of... Disappointed? To be honest, the Alcor going into battle is the last thing I'd ever want to see. In fact, out of all the confrontations we've ever had, almost all were resolved by negotiation. Only when negotiations fail do we consider deploying our armed fighters and The only reason the Alcor would ever need to open fire would be if it were a fight to the death. The Alcor serves only 2 purposes: to deter or to destroy. We are an armed fleet with a strong sense of justice, not war-hungry lunatics. We're very careful about determining when to use force and exactly what level of force to use. All of this to say that mastering a small attack craft is quite enough for new crew members. Do you have any experience piloting small armed vessels? You mean you can do the jobs of a helmsman and a gunner simultaneously? Even in the Crux, there are few who can do that. Seems like you're a natural. In that case, I'll skip the basics on how to operate your craft. The goal of this exercise is simple. Steer your skirmish boat along the prescribed route. You can start when you're ready. I'll be waiting here so I can...
Let's go. Also so eine Testroute zum Abfahren, bisschen rumfeuern, Objekte zerstören. Richtig ausrichten. Immer in die Windrichtung. Let's go. Also ich mache jetzt ganz langsam. Wir könnten jetzt hier natürlich auch lossprinten, losdashen und so weiter, aber warum? Weg. 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 So. Mal ein bisschen Schub mit aufnehmen, so ist nice. Warte, nicht so schnell. Kurve. Das war mir klar, du fährst einmal ein bisschen zu schnell, denn... Also musst diese Sachen nicht mitnehmen, alle. Musst halt nur die großen Münzen mitnehmen, aber... Wenn denn ordentlich. So... Verdammt! Das war so nicht gedacht. Ich hätte den kleinen Schwenker nicht machen dürfen, glaube ich. Aber easy. Wie war ich, Captain?
Nicely done.
Danke,
That
danke.
was a joy to watch. Perfect timing on the turns. You kept your craft stable on the straightaway. It was like watching a well-rehearsed show. All right. It's high time I introduced you to some of the more serious... Come with me.
Was war das denn gerade für ein Geräusch?
You may be aware that as an armed fleet, the Crux is kinda like the maritime equivalent of a guard for hire. We work as an armed carrier, earning our keep by successfully delivering the goods entrusted to us from A to B. Aside from that, though, there is also one other important way we make income.
Actually, it's trading. In certain kinds of goods.
Hey, my hotshot accountant. Nice of you to join us.
Cut it out, boss. Juza sent me here with a message. He says preparations are now underway.
Okay. Be careful. Well, she has something to take care of. Mora Grubber was right, though. The other important side to our business, the less official side, is doing exactly what merchants do. Importing here, exporting there. The only difference between us and regular merchants is that... You'll see what I mean by that shortly. I'm taking you to see one such transaction for yours. Come on, let's go meet our trading part.
Fresh seafood! Fresh seafood! Catch it while you can!
What do you have?
Hello there! Here at Nay's Professional Fishmongers, so what do you need?
I want a bass head with all the teeth removed. If there's a single tooth in there, I don't want it.
Huh? You know bass have pharyngeal teeth, right? In the throat?
Then I'll have a bass trunk with 2 swim bladders. Again, if it's short by 1 swim bladder.
You're not making this easy for me. 1 bass means 1 swim bladder.
Okay. Then I'll take a bass tail with scales that are yellow on the outside, black on the inside. Also, it's gotta have a total of 81 scales. That's 7 times 7, no more, no less.
Geheimsprache? Huh?
What kind of fish scales are yellow outside and black inside? You sure this is a fish you're talking? In any case, you can try all you want, but 7 times 7 is never gonna get you 81. Pardon my asking, but you're not a fish expert, are you? Look, I'm a professional. So are most of the people I serve. I can accommodate—
Anywhere you'd recommend?
Like I said, Nay's Professional Fishmongers.
I bet you're wondering why that guy was saying he didn't have what we wanted.
Hey.
That was just the first step in the transaction, to confirm our identity. The real deal will come later.
Jetzt rennen wir zur anderen Seite vom Hafen, oder was?
What about the pickpockets?
Fresh seafood! Fresh seafood!
Is this Wise Amateur Fishmonger?
That's the one. We have all kinds of amateur stuff here. What would you like?
We'd like a bass head.
No problem. Ours are all toothless, mind you.
And a bass trunk.
Oh, no problem. I'll stick an extra swim bladder in there for you.
And a tail.
Sure thing. I'll paint the scales yellow on the outside and black on the inside. So if it's 7 times 7 you want, I can do you 81, 138, or even 648. It's up to you.
Great. I like your style. We have—
Appreciate your patronage. Please. A real— No, we don't have the fish. Once we get the order in from the customer, pay first, then we bring you the—
Are you two here to collect your order, huh?
Yes, sir. We're here about that bass.
I didn't expect you to come in person, but we still need to follow procedure. The bass you want is not a standard specimen. Our fishermen need to wait for the right moment. You know the rules,
Of course.
Oh, well, as you know, timing and location are everything when it comes. So, let me ask you—
The fishing song will sound out at midnight.
How drunk will the moon be before—
It won't stop while the Star of Death shines.
I see, yes. Which way will the sea breeze be blowing?
The breeze should be bound for Guyan.
All right, then. Well received.
Great. I think that wraps up everything we needed to do in Liyue Harbor. Let's head back and wait for the delivery. The 3 people we just met are our business partners. Nay's Professional Fishmongers and Wise Amateur Fishmongers are just cover names. The bass, obviously, is the code name for the goods. The numbers of teeth, swim bladders, and scales all represent different specifications. Meanwhile, the conversation I had with the warehouse keeper was the instructions for the deal itself. Tonight at midnight, the deal will take place in Guyan Stone Forest. As for what the actual goods are, well, you'll see tonight. What if I were to say yes? What would you do then? Thank you. I deeply value you as a friend, but ultimately, you're not with the Crux. I definitely don't want to cause you any trouble just because— So, rest assured, we haven't broken any law.
Captain Beidou. You gave me quite the surprise when you showed up in...
Well, my friend is visiting, so I wanted to show him how the Crux handles some...
I see. You two must be close.
You got that right. Now, down to business. Have you brought the goods?
Yep, all here.
Stop! Nobody move! We have received certain information pertaining to a potential illegal business trend. Apologies, Captain Beidou, but I'm going to need to inspect those goods.
Warum kann man nur...
Oh? An illegal business transaction, you say? Well, all the goods are here.
Captain, everything's been checked. It's just a bunch of potatoes, flour, and so on. And all the paperwork checks out too.
Huh? Everything's been checked thrice over. There's not a single contraband item here. The paperwork was approved by the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Looks like you've managed to clear everything up.
Yes, apologies. Come on, let's go.
Bravo, Captain Beidou. This was rather ingenious. Seems like your friend still has a little...
I know you have a lot of questions. Come on, take a walk with me and I'll lay it all.
Well, I'll leave you both to it.
You probably thought that there was some sort of nefarious business going on behind all the secrecy today. The truth is, that was exactly what I wanted the Ministry of Civil Affairs to believe. What you might not know is that I, as the leader of the Crux fleet, and you, the great hero of Liyue Harbor, have both been on the Ministry of Civil Affairs watch list for a long time. In other words, whenever you or I crop up in Liyue Harbor, it almost always draws their attention. Not that there's any animosity behind it, mind you. In their words,
it's a security precaution to prevent people like us from causing unnecessary trouble.
Oh, I have no qualms about that. They're just doing their job, keeping the land safe. But how does that saying go again? Ah, yes. Sometimes the closer you are to something, the less you can see. Did you figure it out yet? That's right. Maura Grubber, the accountant. With you, me, and a few sacks of potatoes and flour serving as a front, the deal she's overseeing on her end should go off without a hitch. After all, the Ministry of Civil Affairs sent the Millilith to us.
Die sind anscheinend eine Tonne schwer, machen fette Fußabdrücke in den nassen Sand. Beidou. Leicht wie eine Feder, kein einziger Fußabdruck.
Looking at the time, it should be... Look! That's the signal!
Feuerwerk, ja!
Tonight's real deal is a fit. Do you have any more questions? You're right. Never underestimate her. But as long as we don't take things too far, she won't look into it too close. She knows that neither you nor I would do anything to harm Liyue. In any case, there's another higher-level watch list at the Ministry of Civil Affairs above the one we're on. But I do know that the individuals and organizations on that list are the ones the Qixing are really wary of. I've gotten off topic. On some level, Ningguang and I are actually business partners too. Reason being, I'm the only one who can get her some of the more obscure treasures she wants. It's complicated. All you need to know is that what might be easily attainable for some people can often be a lifesaver for others who can't get their hands on it. That's where we come in. It's as simple as that. You still have some important things to take care of, don't you? As long as you don't know what I was referring to, you'll be safe. So, I'm sorry, but I can't tell you for now. Of course, if the day comes when you've traveled to every corner of the world, found your sibling, and neatly tied up all your loose ends along the way, you're welcome to come back here and I'll tell you all about it. You'll always be welcome in the Crux fleet. I hope I get to see you on board again some.
Okay. Das war Nummer 3 von 4. Ein Ding ist ja immer Bonus. Mal gucken, ob wir das dann auch mitfinden. Ja, wir haben auch wirklich immer die längsten Dinge zuerst gemacht. Also jetzt nehmen wir nicht die Speerausbildung, sondern die Schildausbildung. Und bei der Schildausbildung müsste es dann nochmal einen anderen Abzweig geben. Let's go.
Chief Mate Juza's breaking in the new. After this, one team will serve as the support team for the fleet, ensuring that's as one might also their so. There are two main. As I was saying, you can go learn about these skills from Yinxing, Huixing, and Liushi. They're all seasoned hands in their respective fields. Each sailor has their own strengths and weaknesses. I'm no rookie, of course, but if there's anything I'm most proud of in the fleet, it's my people. Go and get to work. I'll have some questions to test you later.
Verdammt, ein Test. Uff. Können wir gleich gucken, ob das jetzt die Stelle war, an der man hätte was anderes aussuchen können? Ist noch kein Abzweig gezeigt, also gehen wir da erstmal mit. Heißt wieder hoch.
Hello, traveler. I'm Yinxing. Whenever a sailor has a health problem, they come to me. I deal with it all, from seasickness and common colds to amputations and everything in between.
Ja, okay. Bitte schnitt mir kein Bein ab.
Oh, I presume the captain arranged this, correct? All right then, let's begin. First of all, let me ask you this. What do you think is the biggest danger that all new crew members face?
Wie diese Option auch da steht. Also wie Neuling ist Seekrankheit.
That can certainly be a problem at sea, but it's not the biggest danger. The most dangerous thing for a newcomer is to underestimate the dangers of life at sea.
Das stand da nicht als Antwort.
I have seen many new crew members who see themselves as young and fighting fit and have no regard for safety. Those are the ones that always end up in the sick bay. We have to face malnutrition when we're short on supplies. All kinds of injuries and diseases that the harsh ocean weather can bring. And even the psychological problems that can arise due to isolation. To make things worse, the lack of medication and treatment options at sea can result in even minor health problems becoming serious. Oh, you probably thought I was joking, right? Oh, that's not surprising, but hopefully you now realize that with... Well, I think that's enough for you to... Is there anything else you would like to know? Well...
Waves are as calm as always.
Sorry about earlier, traveler. We were so caught up on getting you to join the fleet that we didn't notice we were going a little overboard. Oh! Well, in that case, you have come to the right person. I'll start by introducing some chart reading essentials for new sailors. Feel free to interrupt if you have any. Let's start with what to look for when you get a set of complicated charts. First, you should always look at any indicated shorelines. Islands or reefs, water depths, hydrological conditions, and other hazards. With these features in mind, you can answer the basic question of, can I chart a safe course through this area? Visually, nautical charts are a little unique, Unlike land maps, most charts do not have a fixed scale, which means that it can be hard to precisely determine the exact distance between 2 points. The most advanced nautical charts come with a supplementary chart, which has different colored lines marked on it to indicate distances. It's worth mentioning that under my direction, the crux is using these advanced kinds of charts. Some cartographers mark out other points of interest on their charts, usually with their own special symbols. If they don't leave any accompanying notes, they can be very difficult to interpret. Not only those, we have tattered and torn charts that we've picked up from all over the place. To be honest, it can be quite a challenge, even for me. Some of these charts are really old and have symbols that I've never seen before. But if we don't decipher them, we will certainly miss many secrets of the sea. Fortunately, we have the captain with us. She managed to find some ancient books on semiotics that I can use to study the charts further. I don't think anyone other than our captain can manage to get these kinds of resources. Old charts and ancient books on— Oops, I've gotten off topic. Is there anything else you would like to know, Traveler? My pleasure. A friend—
Mal gucken, ich nehme an, man hätte noch was fragen sollen, damit man...
Ahoy there, mateys! Time to set sail!
ein bisschen extra Knowledge hat.
I wonder what's going on up there.
The waves are as calm as always.
Ich muss erst einen Augenblick überlegen, bis ich dann gesehen habe. Ja, höher stand da. Höher. Genau, wer hier nicht Max Ausdauer hat. Ihr könnt versuchen, hier rüber zu gehen und hier euch hinzustellen. Und dann halt weiterklettern. Also es geht eigentlich auf jedem dieser Balken vom Segel. Natürlich können wir auch einfach so machen. Einmal drehen. Wieder runter. Daran. Darum. Und hoch.
Hello, traveler. Are you here to learn about marine meteorology? In my line of... I saw the captain showing you around the training grounds. And then you went to see Yingxing, and so I figured that she probably wants you to get to know the life of a... Okay, let's get started. First, marine meteorology basically means keeping tabs on the weather as well as other ocean phenomena. These are all potential threats to safe navigation. Take waterspouts, for example. They're caused by high-speed rotating winds on the surface of the ocean. But if you know that waterspouts can only form in an environment with high temperature, high humidity, and large clouds, then you will be even more alert if you also know that the presence of winds blowing in opposite directions with a significant difference in speed. And most importantly, if you spot a small white vortex emerging from the clouds, you should immediately notify the crew to steer clear of what's ahead. So there you go. Those are the warning signs of waterspouts. I am proud to say that over the years, I haven't let a single one sneak up on my watch. I've got to confess, I learned almost everything I know from the captain. All the stuff about meteorology that I just told you about, she's the real expert. Do you know the small fishing village next to Wangshu Inn? I heard that when Captain Beidou was a kid, she worked there fishing. Later, she made her way to the harbor where she struggled to make a living. Growing up in an environment like that, it's no wonder she knows everything about... When I first came on board, I lived every day wallowing in doubt, wondering if my former career as a sailor was all just a waste. But as I gradually learned some new things and became more experienced, I finally realized what makes the Crux so great. After all, not every fleet has the uncrowned Lord of the Ocean as their leader. I feel lucky just to have joined. Find me anytime if you want to know more.
Okay. Das heißt, Beidou kommt Von hier. Ich glaube, hier waren irgendwo Häuser, Stege und sowas, ne?
So you've already finished talking to the crew. Huh? Well, you sound confident, but don't underestimate the shield of the crux. Gotta admit, though, I like your... First of all, life on the sea isn't... But what is the single big... Is that your fun? As you've just learned, the supplementary chart has lots of lines in various colors for added reference. What...
Also, ich habe die Prüfung eben schon mal gemacht und sie hat mir gesagt, ich habe nur 2 von 3 Richtungen. Richtig. Deshalb versuche ich es jetzt nochmal. Man sieht ja immer seine alte Antwort, die man angenommen hatte. Hatte sie nicht gesagt, diese extra Card mit extra Linien helfen, weil man immer nicht die Distanz richtig weiß?
Okay,
ich würde das nochmal nehmen.
On longer voyages we have to... So, my question... Okay, those are all my questions. I gotta say, each time I think I've wrapped my head around how great you are, you got them all correct.
Okay, ja,
they weren't the most difficult questions, but they weren't ones you could bluff your way through either. You've clearly been paying attention to my crew. Okay then, now it's time to apply that endless talent of yours to learning some new... You need to realize that looking at this, that is why we offer a lot of fun courses for our... Oh, and thank each newcomer. Of course, if you'd prefer wrestling sea monsters. If I remember correct.
Okay, jetzt gibt's noch die Freizeitbeschäftigung. Heute Fotografiekurs.
Listen up, everyone can go back and call it a day.
What's going on?
Oh, Captain, there you... Well, Captain, the photography teacher just sent word saying...
I see. That's quite unfortunate. Oh? In that case, why don't you help us out and lead the...
Yeah, unfortunately, it would be great if the...
It's up to you, Traveler. Great, it's settled then.
Yes, Captain.
Okay, that's 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah? What's that? Fair enough. It seems like you already have someone in mind. So, who will it be? Me? Well, we could do that. Or... Guyunstone Forest looks extraordinary today. It'd be a pity to... So how about we snap Guyunstone Forest for today's class? Then they're...
Come on, Captain. We talked about... Scenery looks nice at first, but it gets boring after a while. Those were your exact...
Were they now? Well, then in that case, how about Huixing? Or Fuzhong?
Seriously, Captain? You are the captain after all. Of all...
I agree. Besides, Captain, you've never had your photo taken. We can even use it to promote the...
Real funny, guys.
Zweimal die gleiche Antwort wieder.
Well, if... So, what do I do now, Traveler? Like this? You're kidding, right? I've never had my photo taken before, but it must be the lighting or something. You've got it wrong. I never said that. You mean go somewhere else, then bring the final photo back as teaching material?
Sounds good.
The lighting. But I'm open to persuasion. Just to be clear.
Wollen wir sie nach Hause bringen?
The fishing village near Wangshu Inn? That place is deserted now. How do you even know that place anyway? It's tiny. I don't think I've ever seen it on a single map. Treasure? There? I guess it just so happens that that little village is where I grew up. How about we take this opportunity to pay my old home?
Mal gucken, war das, was ich mir gedacht habe? Ja.
It's certainly seen better days. It was never that impressive, but at least back in the day, it was a lively village and home to several families. I wonder how long these last few old houses will remain standing. Nothing as dramatic as you might think. A few small incidents occurred, and then people began to leave. Come on, let's take a walk around. People used to call this place Downriver because the villagers apparently moved here from a place called Upriver. With them, they brought their knowledge of fishing, which had been passed down from generation to generation. I learned a lot from them when I was here. Now Upriver is long gone, and Downriver is all but deserted. It won't be long before no one even remembers what these places are called. Tu Zhong. Zhong. I barely remember this name. You're right. I was only about 5 or 6 years old when I first arrived here. I was homeless and had to wander around the streets. I remember finally managing to find half a rice bun, but then a stray dog jumped out and snatched it away from me. Half a rice bun was not something I was willing to give up so easily at the time. Then a few fishermen saw us running and stopped me. They were seeing me stop. The dog also stopped running. But straight away it keeled over and never got up again. Maybe it was too tired, or maybe it had starved to death. I went over and saw that the dog still had the half rice bun in its mouth. It didn't let go even at the very end. Had I known the dog was so weak, I would have let it take that half rice bun. I could tell they were wary of me at first. I was the dirty little kid who had just chased a dog to death over some scraps of food. But I got lucky. The village chief took pity on me and brought me to their home. That's how I ended up staying here.
Ich habe einen Schatz gefunden.
Do you know what the name Beidou means? Come on, I'll explain along the way. About a year or two after I arrived, the village chief fell ill during the winter and passed away.
Ach so, das Ding wollte ich schon mal auf...
Word on the road.
Genau, den wollte ich schon mal aufheben. Hatte aber Diluc draußen und Diluc stößt sich den Kopf und kann da nicht reingehen. Deshalb habe ich den nicht aufgehoben.
During that same period, the harvest was getting worse, and the fisherman's catch was getting smaller day by day. Without the village chief to handle the situation, people began blaming each other. There were even rumors that some families had been overfishing and leaving nothing for the rest of the village to catch. But in the end, they all turned on me, saying that they shouldn't have ever taken me in. They said I was bad luck. They pointed to how that dog died on the first day I arrived. Next thing you know, the village chief dies, and then all the fish die out. They said I was a living curse, and the downfall of the village was all my fault. I told them that I didn't understand. I'm not a curse, I'm just Beidou. Then some of the villagers started shouting, and drove me out of the village. They shouted, "Nando controls life. Beidou controls death. Beidou controls death." Before then, all I knew about my name was that it had something to do with the stars. It wasn't until then that I realized that Beidou was a constellation. And the Alcor, one of its stars, was an omen of death. Here we are. This is the old house of the village chief. I bet he never expected that the little girl he took in would grow up to be seen as a curse. What do you mean? Is that all? And let me guess. You got to Inazuma and the Electro Archon's Gnosis was taken as well? Well, you seem to wreak havoc on a grander scale than I ever could. Oh, I get it. You're trying to convince me that I'm not cursed. I appreciate it, and I'll take it. Let's not forget that the people whose names stick around are the ones who emerge from the stormy seas unscathed. I, for one, have never encountered a storm I couldn't weather. But your journey's far from over, isn't it? Just if you ever find some idiot trying to brand you as a scapegoat just because you're the one who lived to tell the tale, remember, you'll always have the captain of the Crux to back you up wherever you go. Two cursed scapegoats banding together for survival. Sounds like a recipe for disaster, but at the same time, I kinda dig it. I'm lucky to have a friend like you. Okay, it's time to get back to our photography. Right, teacher? Come on, let's not waste any time. So, do I need to strike a pose? What? Nerve! What do you... I don't want to do this whole modeling thing. Hey, cut it out. No more pictures.
Oh. Das wird aufgehoben. Okay, dann jetzt das letzte. Das ist Secret Ending. Ich nehme an, das wird dann... Ja, das ist dann einfach eine andere Pose, die sie einnehmen soll.
Here we are. I bet he never expected that the little... What do you mean? Is that all? And let me get... Well, you seem... I appreciate it. Let's not forget that I, for one, have never... That your journey's far from over. So if you ever find some idiot trying... Remember, you'll always have... I kinda dig it. I'm lucky to have a... Okay, it's time to get back to our photography. Come on. So, do I need to... All right. How about...
Ich darf selbst fotografieren. Halt, stopp.
So, is it done yet? Please don't. Show me. Yeah, sure, whatever. Now give it here. Yes. I see. Now, as cap to requisition this photograph for future promotion, and so I'm afraid I'll be holding on to this.
Okay, geschafft, alle Sachen durch. Und das war auch das, was wir gesucht haben, für das es halt das Achievement noch mitgibt. Ja, okay, alles geschafft. Wir haben alle Abzweige gefunden, die man nehmen konnte. Wir haben alle Belohnungen bekommen und das war dann Beidous kleine Storyline, die man machen konnte. Goro werde ich nicht mehr machen. Ich wollte halt nur Beidou in einem Video haben. Und dann war's das für heute. Soll das letzte Video sein, was jetzt für heute kommt. Und morgen dann natürlich das neue Event am Drachengrat. Und dazu dann natürlich auch ein paar Videos. Ciao, Leute.